Hello, this is Priscilla Batzell. I'm in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Fluid Art Studio. And that is a 14 by 14 inch canvas. This is some Sherwin-Williams pillow paint, which is actually eggshell house paint. And I don't have a lot of time, but I want to do a scoop and drag with greens. And if it doesn't look nice initially, then I will use it as a background to put stems, buds, blooms. I will do a second layer, but not now, after it dries. But I've wanted to do this for a while, so instead of thinking about it, I'm just going to do it. I've got a whole lot of Colourarte Prizm Pours and Primary Elements, and I've got some Boom Gel stain that I'm using along with Australian Floetrol laden Amsterdam White and Amsterdam Black. So I find that if I put a thin layer of paint around my edge, then when I spin the center out, I don't lose as much paint. I'm going to throw that in the bucket. And I also find that if I put my painting crosswise, then I peel off the paint off the corners. So let's start with maybe my least favorite, but I still like the Wintergreen. And I have always made rather large marks, but every time I do it, I lose all of my negative space. That was a Prizm Pour. This is Bitter Lime. This is a Primary Element, if it's open. If it's not, there we go. And I'm going to try and restrain myself. Ooh, I've got a Seaglass. I've also got another color I really like. Green tea. Seaglass is a Primary Element. Green tea is also a Primary Element. I'm going to try and put them back as I go along. Oh, there's that P.E.o iridescent blue-green calling to me. Ooh. Alright, I have a little Mystique, which is another Primary Element. Looks like we're doing most of that. Yes, I see that thing that does not belong. I'm going to grab it right now. Now, I may tip and spin some of this out first. This is the Primary Element Mystique, I said. And I'm going to put that back along with this. Now I've got some obnoxious but wonderful triple sec, which is another Primary Element. We'll get to the Prizm Pours, I think, in a minute. I'm just going to experiment with that. I love this color. So this color and the darker colors, the contrast may make this pop and might make it really good. I'm going to sneak a little bit of Prizm Pour Agave Blue in there. As soon as I can pull out the little clot at the top. There we go. I got the whole thing out. Holy cow. Now I'm gonna rely on the Boom Gel stain to be my purple, I think. What else have I got? I've got a Sea Monster that I need to peel the tab out of the top. There we go. And that's kind of a light color. And what did I leave for last? Sparkling Aqua and my Fandango. Sparkling Aqua is another Primary Element. You know, I said I wasn't going to use the Royal Sapphire, but I think I lied because I love it. This is the Fandango, which is a Prizm Pour. And here goes nothing with, I'm going to shake it up. That is the Royal Sapphire. Do I want anything else? I'm going to try and restrain myself. I'm not good at it, but I'm going to try. So I have to decide, and I've enjoyed using this palette knife recently, so I'm going to stick with that. Start with some black, continue on with some white, and because I want that purple in there, I'm going to start with the GelPearlescent Violet, because it worked so well the last time. I just dumped all of it, and I said I would tip this and then I didn't. So I'm just going to go right back and do it again because I'm liking the way that's looking. Do I have enough Fandango? That's the question. I'm also going to slide in some of this Mayan gold, I believe. So let's do the black. And I know the white from paint from the Sherwin-Williams shows through just as well as, if not even better than, the Amsterdam white in my Aussie Floetrol. I want more purple. I'm having it. No falling over. This could be pretty cool. And it could still be pretty cool with flowers added to it tomorrow too. We'll see what happens when it spins out. I'm loving the purple Boom Gel in there just as much as I love adding the pearlescent teal. Almost ready to move on to the next stage. And I never did put any gold in there, and I kind of want to put a little bit in. And everything. I want everything. So there's more of the pearlescent. And I'm going to drip, but I don't care because it's going to be right on the painting. I love those little shapes in there. It's too bad they're going to go. Alright, the gold didn't make a whole lot of difference that I can tell so far. I am going to grab my other palette knives and do scoop and drag. As long as they're here somewhere. Yes, I've got one. One will do if I can't. They're both right there. Excellent. So that's awesome. So remember to pull up and release. Scoop, pull up, break the seal. Pull up, break the seal. I would like to keep a little bit of negative space, but it's usually asking too much. And as long as I reinitiate a layer of paint, I can scrape pretty much down to canvas without worrying too much about it. And if I slow my roll as I drop my payload of paint off the palette knife, I get to keep more cell configurations. So slow down. Kind of lost that one. I do like to let my palette knife get wiped off on the edge of the canvas because that paint's all going to spin away anyway. I may not add flowers to this because it is pretty cool just the way it is. But I guess we'll see as long as I have some time. I do love all the colors I used. I did think about using the quinacridone Nickel Azo Gold, I have to say, but I don't think we're missing much. There, I see some gold cells. Cool. Let's just do something with those. Like annihilate them maybe by accident, not on purpose. Stretching cells all out is all well and good until you stretch them so far out that they're not cells anymore, which is kind of disappointing. Now, in my opinion, and I've said this repeatedly and I'm probably never going to stop, the more times you cross over a pattern with another pattern, the more likely you are to like what you get. Or at least I'm more likely to like what I get. And I'm pretty close to doing the spin. But if I leave too many areas that are unaffected, then I pay the price by having large negative space color areas without much of anything interesting going on. I guess there's probably an argument for them. There, I just annihilated something I really liked. Oops. Let me have a look. There's a lot going on in there. And I think I want some of this to come right over in here. And then it's time to move my Boom Gel and my Mayan Gold out and contemplate spinning, in which case I'm going to bring over my barrier. I got some really cool cells. That's going in the bucket. I don't think I'll be using it again. Time to spin. I see there's a rather large pale blue area in the center and I'm wondering if that's maybe a mistake. But I can always use my skewer. There we go. Now we got some spin off. I removed half the residual paint from my... I never did tip. I do like going back and forth one direction then the other so that the paint gets spun off equidistantly. That is outstanding. That's very cool. I'm not sure about this, but I have paint right there. Ouch, that hurt. That was right across all of my toes. There is nothing to keep me from using any interesting patterns that I see that have flowed off. Colors or patterns. That's pretty cool. Alright, I'm going to risk bringing my barrier back up and try not to drop it on my feet again. That'd be good, I think. Maybe one more time. Ooh, I like that big white area, but as I say that, I'm thinking, what can I get away with to change it just a little bit? But I actually do. The cells are rather large. I definitely do like. So just even a little bit of a drag of a palette knife with some paint on it is enough to change the pattern. One more spin. Well, one more could be two. So let's not let's not hold me to my word there. Now I could still add little flowers tomorrow if I so decide to. In the meantime, I gotta tell you guys, I love you guys. Please give me a thumbs up. Thank you for watching my videos longer. It makes a big impact on how my channel is perceived on YouTube. Know that I love you guys. You inspire the heck out of me. Please share my videos if you've a mind to. I'm gonna try and get down here with my cell phone and shimmer something at you. There are some beautiful things in there. There's also something that doesn't belong. I think I saw something right here. Yes, I'm so good at that. So it's really tempting to pick up the colors that I have sprayed off, but I'll peel those off tomorrow since this is my first and my last painting today. But yeah, this is still up for consideration for adding some flowers because the colors are just a perfect background for foliage. Which have I not told you? My Amazon link has my 2 books on it, Because I Can and Unlimited Possibilities, right near the Colourarte coupon code for probably a minimum of 20% off and maybe more if you catch it soon. There's a sale on 30%-ish until till January 9th, I believe. Anyway, so if you check my link tree, you're going to find Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter links, Facebook group, Expressionist, Fluid Art Studio Appreciation group, and spring clothing is below the video. If you'd like to see any of these reproduced as an all-over pattern print, I have Society 6, Legalist, and spring clothing. I'll do that. So if you can't find what you're looking for, just ask me and I'll try and add that there. My paint pouring recipe will be below the video. I will be torching. I'm glad I put a little bit of gold in. I kind of wish I'd put a little more in because it looks very beautiful right there, but I don't think it's going to hurt anything. It doesn't scream. It doesn't draw the eye directly to it. And that triple sec is the bomb. I got to do more of that. So I have created playlists with over 28 lists of 100 each, 29 actually, and a members only playlist with probably well over 80 videos by now for those of you who join to help support the channel and its production of videos. It's $9.99 a month, and I'm so appreciative and so grateful. And the same for anyone who donates through PayPal or Patreon. And the PayPal icon is on the bottom right-hand corner of my YouTube channel banner. And y'all are always welcome to call me or text me or email me if you have questions. But you can also put questions right in comments. I'd love to hear your questions. Occasionally, I'll save good questions for the book that's coming up. We're going to try and get another book out this year. Let's see what happens. My community board is going to show you tomorrow's video. I'm posting at 10:15 a.m. Most days, 7 days a week. What am I forgetting? I don't know what I'm forgetting. It doesn't matter. I give lessons at the house in Spring Hill, Florida. I just sold a couple paintings, and so that means I do sell my paintings. I will be torching briefly, even though you're not supposed to torch house paint, because I can see a few bubbles, and then I'll check in the light and pierce the rest of them with my skewer. I so love you guys. Thank you for being here. And I will see you anon. Oh, I actually got a real leaf shape. Ha! That's so cool. And I didn't zoom in. I'm sorry about that. Let's zoom in and try and move around. I don't know if you can see enough of that, or even if it's impressive yet. But I bet it's going to be really, really pretty when it's dry, I would have to say. All right, you guys take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you anon. Priscilla out.